The ring awaits. The CWA Tag Team Championship is at stake in this match right here. The challengers coming in right now, the Japanese team of Shogun and Samurai, with Tojo Yamamoto and his kendo stick in their corner. Here come the champions, the holders of the CWA Tag Team titles, the Mason Dixon Connection, John Paul and Tracy Smothers.
Pete and repeat. That's exactly who they are. Pete and repeat. As I said before, they look good, but they can't wrestle.
Wrestled well enough to win the belts and defend them a couple of times, too. Sometimes winning them's not the tough part. Keeping them is the tough part.
Let's see how they do today against this awesome Japanese team.
Very well said, because it is an awesome Japanese team. And let's see how Tracy Smothers and John Paul fare as the belts will be at stake. This, by the way, is a match. It's going to be a special expiration of time match for television by agreement with the promoters and both wrestling teams. Usually you have one fall 60-minute time limit matches for championship belts, but special rules apply for television this time. Expiration of time match. 1 fall, 2 falls, 5 falls, depending on how much time we have remaining.
You're going to have to do something with this crowd. I told you to screen these morons last week.
The USA chant. USA chant by the crowd. I think that tells you whose side they are on. The Japanese team, little acrobatics to get things started. This is Samurai Shinji in there right now.
You know, John Paul and Tracy Smothers are so dumb, you could give them a penny for their thoughts and get change back, Dave Brown.
Well, Ronnie, you can talk about them all you want. I think the fact remains they are the holders of the CWA belts, and that speaks for itself.
We will see after this match what they hold.
Samurai Shinji with a chop. Grabs John Paul. Fired him into the ropes. Look at John Paul. Nice balance. And someone who is thinking. John Paul. Tracy Smothers getting the USA chant going again back in their corner.
You know, Tojo Yamamoto has had a lot of Japanese teams, but this one may be the best team he's ever managed. And you got to admit that, Dave Brown.
Yeah, I do. Tojo Yamamoto has, in fact, brought some tough teams in here. This is a rugged one. I will say this, the record of this team is not quite as good as a couple of the others he's had in here, but the size of this team
They've had a lot of bad decisions. That's why the record isn't as good.
That would be your version of it, I suppose.
I certainly have seen bad decisions here.
Tag is made by Samurai Shinji, and Shogun Masamune will be coming in. He is the bigger of the two. He weighs about 280. Shinji weighs 250, so you can see we're talking about two huge guys. Masamune, though, is the bigger. He's in there right now. He backs John Paul into the corner.
Terrific chop.
With a chop, yeah, back on the ropes. The referee trying to get him backed away. John Paul catches himself. Oh, he's going to press him out of the corner.
That looked real good, Dave Brown.
Well,
stupid John Paul.
Misjudged the distance, and Masamune made a good move. He got too close to him, so that John Paul overshot.
Him and Tracy Smothers don't have a clue of what's going on in that ring. Like I say, new champions will be crowned today.
Shogun Masamune. What? He wants John Paul to tag Tracy Smothers. He's saying, hey, come on, I've battled with you. I want the other one in here now. Here comes Tracy. USA, he says. Japan, says Masamune.
This isn't a cheerleading contest. Tracy Smothers is supposed to be wrestling.
Yeah, a little shoving match. Masamune and Tracy Smothers. Shoulder block. Smothers hits the mat. Again, Tracy
Terrific shoulder block.
Tracy this time leaps over Seth, picks him up and jumps him over the back. Terrific move by Tracy Smothers. Oh, he got him a drop kick in the back of the head, and the eyes roll back in the head there for a moment.
That boot needs to be checked out that Tracy Smothers is wearing.
Tracy Smothers has run both of them out of the ring. First Masamune, then Shinji. Tojo Yamamoto talking to the referee. I don't know what he was saying.
It does no good to talk to the referee. He's a complete idiot.
There's the word of Ronnie P. Gossett IV right there. What was...
I still think that boot of Tracy Smothers should be checked.
Well, I think you can check it. I don't think you'll find anything but a wrestling boot there. Masamune with a chop, backhand chop.
280-pound man down that easy with a boot like that.
Well, you do with a spring and a drop kick like Tracy Smothers has, one of the finest drop kicks in wrestling. And, of course, Tracy is very tall, so he's got good range with that drop kick, too. The chop. Now the kick, and another chop to the throat. Tracy fired into the rope, but he caught himself. And Masamune ran into the turnbuckle. Tracy.
There's that illegal kick again, Dave Brown.
That's a back kick, and nothing illegal about it. And Tracy Smothers, once again, for the second time in the match, has run them both out of the ring. Masamune holding his chin where he was kicked by Tracy.
Now look at Tracy Smothers going after Tojo. Tojo is a manager.
Tojo is a manager. He's a manager with a kendo stick in his hand, and he doesn't hesitate to use it when he thinks his team's in trouble.
I've never noticed him using a kendo stick.
Well, you've been watching wrestling with your eyes closed for the last couple of years, then, if that's the case. Tojo's sneaking around the ring. You can't see him. He's off camera, but he is sneaking around toward John Paul. Referee catches him, and that's what Jerry Calhoun is doing over on the right of your picture, sending Tojo back to the corner. Meanwhile, there is Shinji in there against Tracy Smothers. Masamune didn't have a lot of luck, so he tagged and sent Samurai Shinji in there.
Well, there's been a lot of good teams hold that belt, but I'm just not impressed with the Mason Dixon Connection at all.
Well, maybe you'll have a different opinion when the match is over. Let's see if they can defend this belt here. They're doing pretty doggone good job so far. Tracy, he's going to pop him backwards, but he held on, turned around. Mr. Shinji congratulating himself for being so smart, and he got kicked. Here comes Masamune in. CWA tag team titles on the line. This Japanese team, this rugged bunch from Tokyo, brought in by Tojo Yamamoto, trying to take the belts away from John Paul in there now, and his partner Tracy Smothers, the Mason Dixon Connection. Terrific chop. We're about 6.5 minutes into this fall. We may have to take a break very shortly. If we do, we'll keep the tape rolling.
We'll be sure to tell you who won, which if you watch the match, you'll have no problem figuring out.
Masamune feeling a little bit better about things right now, as he seems to be in better control against John Paul for the moment. Backbreaker across the knee.
You know, they have a lot of American moves in this wrestling. Have you noticed? This Japanese team, not only Japanese moves, but American moves.
Yeah, they have a lot, they have a lot of moves. Some of them are fine wrestling moves, no doubt, and a lot of them aren't. Shinji with John Paul up on his back, dumped him backwards after the airplane spin. John Paul back in a corner. Samurai Shinji with the abdominal grab. Boy, that's one of those things. Tojo Yamamoto, no doubt, taught him that. Tojo won a bunch of matches with that abdominal grab during his wrestling career.
Tojo Yamamoto, one of the toughest ever to enter the squared circle.
There he goes again with that abdominal grab. More effective this time because he's got John Paul off his feet. He got the count of 2, but that's all he got. Pulling hair. Masamune pulling hair. He certainly was. Pulled him over to the corner by the hair. Here's Samurai Shinji climbing that middle rope. Springs off of there. But he missed. John Paul had moved out of the way. Tracy wanting the tag. John Paul reaches and tags, and Tracy Smothers says, come on, both of you.
Notice the fence, Dave Brown, that he continues to use.
Look at Tracy. Bangs their heads together. John Paul in to help him out. We've got them all in there. Smothers throws Masamune out of the ring, down on the floor. The back kick. John Paul drops it down. Count is 1, 2, 3. John Paul and Tracy Smothers have a victory in the first fall. That might not be all of it, though. Remember, it's an expiration-of-time match. We'll check our time and see if there's time remaining. Back with you in just a moment.